Morning guys, Will, just in time prepping. How you doing? Oh, it's a beautiful day out here, so I decided for us to do this last segment on tornadoes outside. It's just a beautiful out here. It's about 62 degrees. So I know we've done a lot of stuff since the last segment, so we're going to kind of go backtracking, and I'm going to kind of run off a bunch of stuff that we've already talked about. We've already talked about that tornadoes are funnel-shaped clouds, you know. That's pretty obvious about a tornado for most of us. Most of them are only about a mile wide and about 50 miles long. And they just take off and go through a big old swath, and they don't take up much room. Got something on my hat here. Not cooperating. Another thing is, tornadoes can be known to follow in behind a hurricane. We learned that too, and I don't know if you guys remember that or not. They travel southwest to northeast generally, but also funnel clouds last less than about 10 minutes. So that's what I'm talking about, you know, they're real small and in size, but they can really cause a bunch of trouble. They can last about 10 minutes before they dispense. Another thing is that Tornado Alley is a flat stretch, and it stretches from western Texas all the way up into northern North Dakota. And then another one is tornadoes, can't talk, most likely occur between 3 and 9 p.m. and that's just what scientists have found out over time. But they can just about occur just about any time. And then also southern states, they peak tornado season from March through May. And then while the peak season is in the northern states, are usually around June and August. So those are all things that we had covered going into this last segment, and I just kind of wanted to raise everybody's mind. Man, it is beautiful out here. I tried to come out here before the traffic got going too much. This right here is a main thoroughfare of my town I live in. It's there's signs all up and down there that it's a snow route. So I tried to come out in this beautiful weather while it was still kind of quiet, but it's starting to pick up now. So what I want to go to is, what you should do is that you should discuss what you've done to prepare with your family, friends, neighbors, and all that. That way everybody knows, you know, if you got neighbors around you that you get along with, you know, them, your friends, and also your family, you know, discuss the plans that you have so that if a tornado should occur, then everybody knows what they're doing. Nobody's just going to be running around freaking out, wondering what they can do because they already have a plan. Also, you want to discuss the community with the community leaders, what their plan of action is, so that you can make sure that while you guys and your family and friends are all picking up on what's going on, you know, and you've got your plan of action, that you know what the city's plan is. You don't want to be going out there and doing a bunch of stuff and not let the city know, because they may have another plan. Okay, then the next thing is excuse me, that was a bad burp, I'm really apologizing. Perfect day to be out here doing a video. Another good thing to do is protect yourself during a tornado. And so this part of this segment, there is a image, sorry about that, of a tornado watch and a tornado warning. I'm gonna put that image right here. You'll find that right here on the video. Then another thing you want to do is you want to research. You don't want to think you're going to be plopping down into a ditch or a vehicle and have the tornado will come right across and grab you. So research where you're going to be hunkered down at before you go and doing it. With the new development in automotive design increase, they are saying now that vehicles could be a good stable place to hunker down for a tornado. But you want to make sure that your vehicle is not in the path of the tornado. That's going to come into play when I'm going to tell you about the radios and stuff that you should have. You know, you should have your radio, not necessarily the radio in your vehicle because that's electrical. It'll probably be zonked out on you. But you do want to know about where the path of the tornado is, so that if you're going to be in your vehicle to get through it, that you're not in the pathway. Also, if you're in your vehicle, what you want to do is you want to take pillows and coats and stuff like that, and you want to push them up against the back window and the front window of your car, and maybe hang something from the side windows so that if the tornado does come by and it breaks out your windows, nobody's going to be damaged from the flying glass and debris. So that brings us up to taking some classes in your neighborhood or in your community, you know. And there are places that you can do that, and I'm going to put that link right up here, but it will also be down below in the description box. So make sure that you get in and take a class. Those classes are called CERTs. So you could just put CERT into your browser bar, and that would take you to the Community Emergency Response Team. And usually if you've noticed anything, that when you type anything in your browser on your phone or your computer, it takes you right to your local stuff because it holds onto that information in your browser. So it's called a CERT program, and it tells you what to do. It's basic training education for people getting ready to be prepared for a disaster. So there is, like I said, there is a link. The link's going to be up here, and then I'll also have it down below. So there's a couple of links, and I'm going to put those in for you. Another thing is you want to store some stuff. You want to store goods, and the thing is store the supplies that you'll need to get you through until the tornado passes. You know, food, water, clothing. Make sure you got a good shelter, you know, the basement of your car, inside your car, out of the path of the tornado, or an interior wall in your house that is not on the outside walls of your house, things like that. So the next thing you want to try to do is have you a go bag, and we talk about this in all my other videos that I put out there. Is you want to make sure you have a go bag anyway, either somewhere in an exit point of your house or in your car. We've talked about this before, so make sure that you have your go bag and that you have everything in there that you're going to need. And also there's another place where you can go where you can learn how to build that kit too, and I will put that up here in the description bar, up here in the video, as well as the description box down below. And then you want to make sure that when you're in these safe places that you have a radio with you, a radio / flashlight, or a radio and a flashlight, and make sure that they either run on batteries or one of those little crank ones. I myself, I have the crank kind, and it's a radio / flashlight, and you just crank it instead of having to rely on stocking up a bunch of batteries. Okay, the next thing I have here is I did that part. Make sure you have a small first aid kit. It doesn't have to be like that trauma bag that we put together the other day. It could be just for minor cuts and stuff from the debris that fly through the air and whatnot. And then you also want to have a complete change of clothes. I mean, that'll all be in your go bag. Most of these things I'm talking about right now will be in that go bag if you put the right bag together. So make sure you have those things in there, along with air horn. You can buy them at the at Walmart or any sporting goods store, you know, for boating equipment. They have those air horns that you can have for when you're skiing. But you could also just put in a plain old emergency whistle. Those work just as well. Then you want to make sure that you have a dust mask in there with you, a particle mask, and that'll keep you from breathing in all the particulates and stuff. And another thing is we already went through the food and water. And then if you take any medications, make sure some of those medications are also in that bag, so that if you're hunkered down for very long, that you're going to make sure that you get your medications. Okay, and then if you have children that are special needs or anything like that, make sure that you put something into your storage area, you know, a book or a stuffed animal, something that's going to keep them occupied while all hell's breaking loose on this thing. And then also what you're going to need to do is make sure that you have all your documents, important documents like your insurance documents or any special needs documents or anything like that, any important documents. Make sure that you have them in a safe place. I myself have a safe in my house. It's not built into a wall or anything. It's just one you pick up, but it takes almost a couple of guys to pick the thing up. But I keep all my important papers in there. So if there was going to be a tornado or anything, I think I would pick that up out of the place I have it at, and maybe put it up against one of the interior walls, because it would be able to be found that way. And then all the stuff about the paperwork and having it where it can be recovered, there'll also be another link up here and then in the description bar as well, so that you guys will know how to take care of that stuff there. Then you have to know how to protect yourself afterwards, you know. So tornadoes can cause death, and they can destroy or make buildings and roads very unsafe. So you want to make sure that when the tornado warning is canceled, that you use extreme caution. Man, some of these cars are pretty noisy. They must be old. So make sure that you use extreme caution, that you just don't go out running around, that you make sure that you peek out, you go around a safe perimeter, and just keep making bigger circles until you're sure everything's safe. Also, inside safety would be like using extreme care when you're leaving the building. I just talked about making the small circles bigger until you're sure of what's going on. And the biggest thing is, don't go out looking for people, you know. You can make sure things are safe around you, but the safest thing you can do is just stay put until somebody comes in that helps you and your family and friends out. And then the outside safety is do not enter any damaged buildings, you know. Stay away from any down power lines or anything like this. This is all common sense stuff, you know. And then communications, you want to use, make sure that you're listening to FEMA and American Red Cross alerts, that they're on local channels about your area. And then your medical, you want to provide the first aid, and don't move anybody that you're not sure of. If you think that they're not safe to move, just leave them put. Try to build something around them to keep them safe. And then you want to make sure that you care for your loved ones. So look for signs of depression and things like that. If that comes into play, then you want to make sure that you keep those people calm and not letting them all get all freaked out and stuff like that, just because that might be their medical condition. You know, they may have medication for it, they may not, but you want to make sure that you keep them settled down, you know. And then last but not least, after it's all over and said and done with, you want to make sure that you notify your insurance company. If it's a tornado, it's not a SHTF situation, but it is, but it's not like the end of the world SHTF or the zombie apocalypse or anything like that. So, you know, that's basically everything in a nutshell, you know. Tornadoes can be devastating. They can even take lives and stuff. But if you know what to do or know what to expect, you can get through a tornado pretty safely. So that's the end of this session here on tornadoes. I'm going to be starting a new session. I think that section is going to be a series of two series. It may be a three, I'm not sure, but two or no more than three for sure. And I'll try to get that started tomorrow. So as you know, we have a Wednesday morning chat that starts at 9 and runs till 12. So I will try to get the new series up and running before we go into that chat room. And I'm going to try to do this next series a little bit different than I did the last few series. I'm going to tell you guys some stuff out of it. I'm going to give you guys the education part of it and whatnot. And then at the end of the video, I'll be asking you guys a few questions. I'll be expecting you to put them in the comment bar down below. And that's just to make sure that you guys are comprehending what I'm saying and you don't have any questions or comments, and that we're all flowing along on the same path. Not only that will get my view time up too. You know, you got to think of everything. So as usual, you know, you guys, I can't do any of this stuff without you guys, and you guys mean the whole world to me. Not just members that have been with me for a while, the subscribers, but also the new ones that are coming on board. And, you know, it takes the older subscribers a while to get to know the newer subscribers, but get to know the new subscribers as well, and support them like you support me. You know, that's the way it all works. So, you know, until next time, you guys, it's God bless you and God bless me and God bless the US of A. Thanks for listening and watching. I'll see you guys the next time.